What's up everyone, and welcome to another episode of Kelvin's Garage. So as you know, I've had this Civic for quite some time now, and probably your Civic is just as old as mine, around 15 years or so. And so one of the things that happens is that these carpets go bad, all right? The carpets start tearing up, you know, your heel in your shoe starts digging a hole in them, and so it's time for a replacement. But first, let's take a look at how many miles my Honda Civic has. This 2006 Honda Civic is now at 246,000 miles, and that's a lot of miles. One of the things I do want to say about these Honda floor mats is that they are pretty good, okay? Especially this 8th gen Honda Civic from 2006. These floor mats have never been replaced, okay? I've been driving it for a really long time. I have about over 240,000 miles in this car, and still the floor mats have held up pretty well, with the exception of a minor hole that is starting to develop on the driver's side. But in general, these floor mats are pretty good. I would say they're probably even better than the newer Honda Civic floor mats, which you know, start to lose the fibers on top. They just start coming off, even on brand new ones. Okay, so I think that Honda did a great job. I give them a thumbs up for building high quality stuff. So I needed new floor mats, but I did not want to spend a fortune on brand new, genuine Honda Civic floor mats. And another thing is that only the driver's side is torn up. All right, as you can see, if we take a look at the floor mat, the driver's side floor mat here, look, we sprung a hole, okay? So after years of driving and over 240,000 miles on the road, my shoes have finally worn a hole in the driver's side Honda floor mat, okay? And so what's really important to do is replace these floor mats before you start wearing into the actual carpet of the vehicle. That would be a huge no-no, all right? And if you ever plan to sell your car, you don't want this huge gaping hole in the actual carpet of the car, all right? So we need to replace these floor mats ASAP, all right? Before this thing starts to wear out. And it's already kind of getting there, you know, but it hasn't torn through yet, so I think we're safe still. Now, like me, you probably don't want to spend an arm and a leg on new Honda floor mats, okay? And unfortunately, when I was looking online, I could not find a replacement for the driver's side front floor mat only, okay? Basically, you have to replace all of them at the same time. Probably if you order from Honda, you can get just the driver's side mat, but I did not have the leisure to do that. So I went online, okay, and you can look on Amazon, you can look on eBay. And so what I did is I bought mine from eBay, okay, which is a little bit cheaper than the Amazon branded aftermarket Honda Civic floor mats, all right? So today we're gonna review those. And the set that I bought are from eBay. They're about $55, okay? I know there are equivalent floor mats, probably from the same manufacturer in China or something, that's been rebranded, all right? But the ones that I got from eBay were about $55 and then tax on top of that, versus the probably equivalent model of floor mats that you can get on Amazon. Those are about $70, all right? So I went with the cheaper option. But if you plan to buy from Amazon, maybe you have some special deals, please click the affiliate link below. And I thank you very much for supporting this channel. All right, so let's open up these floor mats and see what we got. All right, so here are the floor mats, okay? They came pretty quick. Ordered them on eBay, all right, from some random manufacturer, which I'll send you the link in just a bit. But these are the CP030GR, okay? Made in China aftermarket floor mat. And let's see what we got here. Okay, this is the three-piece floor mat set, all right? And basically replaces the two front and the single rear floor mat that goes across the rear seat. And basically, yeah, there's supposed to be an OEM replacement, all right? Make sure you get the gray color as well, because they have gray, they have black, and I think they have a beige color. And the differences are price, actually. The black are cheaper than the gray. Okay, the gray are more expensive. But look at what we got here, all right? Look at this beautiful carpet set. Voila. Okay, voila, here it is. Beautiful carpet set. All right, friends, let's take a look at how these carpets, these mats compare to the OEM ones. All right, so starting with the driver side. Okay, if you take a look here, okay, it's got the, you know, the little hook reinforced holes here. Okay, if we look overall, you know, the shape is kind of there. All right, the shape is kind of there, but you know what I noticed immediately is that maybe it doesn't feel as good as the original carpet. Okay, so the original carpet has like these, like a kind of a rubberized bottom, you know, like kind of foamy, and maybe it has worn out in certain places, but it definitely feels nice and thick. Okay, definitely feels nice and thick, whereas these new ones here feel like, you know, rather thin. All right, and it kind of has this rubberized back with these little nibs on there. And what I noticed immediately is that these little nibs actually pokes through. Okay, you can actually see it from the top of the carpet. So it's not really like a carpety feel. It's almost like just you know, I think we call this cut pile. You know, it's just kind of like a cut pile. Very you know, not great feeling material. All right, so I can't say if this is much better or better at all than the Honda ones. All right, the same goes for the passenger side mats. All right, so the passenger side mat is not nearly worn at all. It just has some dirt on it, maybe missing a little bit of that foam in the back, but overall it's pretty hefty, pretty strong, pretty sturdy. And if we look at the replacement mat, okay, again, you know, they're just kind of thin, kind of rubberized in the back. You know, the quality doesn't seem like it's quite there. Okay, if we look at the threading here, it's a little bit less dense than the Honda mat. All right, and just overall feels cheap. Okay, I gotta be honest, it feels cheap. There's not much to grab there, but hey, you know, there's no holes in it, right? And finally, the rear carpet. Okay, the rear mat, we can see here we've got the same deal. All right, we've got the original mat here, I got a stainer here, but the overall in pretty good shape. Okay, the rear mat is barely used at all, right, for us commuters. But if you look at the aftermarket mat, all right, if you take a look here, it's kind of thin, you know, kind of thin, same material, have the little nibs in the back, the rubber nibs, and you can see the holes coming out, protruding from the top of this. Maybe just a manufacturing thing, I don't know. All right, but the shape, the one thing I noticed is the shape actually doesn't quite match, right? And that's really important to keep in mind, is that you may not get the exact same shape, and that might be a huge deal breaker here. Okay, so now I've overlapped the aftermarket mat on top of the Honda mat, and we can see here, at least for the driver's side, it's okay. All right, the shape is okay, you know, follows these lines here. Okay, where the pull cable is for the lever is for the gas and the trunk. All right, over here more or less the same shape. Okay, sticks out a little bit right here. Okay, over here same thing. Okay, sticks out a little bit, but overall the shape is okay. All right, shape is okay. And same goes with the passenger side. Okay, the only thing about the passenger side is it's not quite as sharp over here. And to be honest, when I first looked at it, I didn't know which side up it was. Okay, but I think I've got it where it's facing the right direction. Okay, but you can see here it doesn't have the details of the Honda mat. You see the little curvature here, and same thing over here. You see it's just kind of rounded out. You go up to the corner here, same thing, you know, you have a little bit of this angle here, but overall this is just kind of rounded out right here. All right, and then this is rounded out right here too. All right, but you know, maybe if it's okay. But now I want to bring you guys to this. All right, the huge red flag that I'm seeing here. All right, the aftermarket rear carpet is almost not even the shape of the original. All right, it really is quite a bit smaller than the OEM. Okay, which is quite strange given that this was a guaranteed fit or whatnot. All right, but we look here, we lay them on top of each other, there's this huge area that's missing. Right, this is missing, this is shorter. Okay, and look at this area, it's all missing. Right, so what am I supposed to do? Just not stick my feet too far up in the front when I'm sitting in the back? Okay, don't dig your feet under the seat of the front seat, right? So again, you know, you look here, it's very, very different in shape and size. So you might not really be getting what you bargained for when you buy these aftermarket mats, to be honest. Okay, but like I said, you know, the options were limited online, and I just went ahead with these, you know. So I think what I might end up doing is just sticking the driver's side aftermarket mat under my original OEM mat or something like that, and just using it as like a double mat so I don't wear that hole in on the car's floorboard carpet. Okay, sticking in the driver's side carpet, you know, it's okay, all right? It fits fine, right? I mean, more or less the shape is there. We've got that hole covered, you know, hooks on quite nicely, and the lever is free to be accessed. So driver's side is okay, I would say, all right? Same with the passenger side, all right? So we've got the passenger side mat in there, all right? The color is all right, a little bit darker than the carpet color inside the car, all right? But you know, it fits more or less okay, right? And if you see here, it's got that rounded corner as opposed to the original OEM. But you know, maybe we can live with that. But now I've got the rear seat mat in, and I gotta say, you know, it is short. It is short, for lack of a better way to put it, all right? So from end to end, it's fine, all right? So that's the passenger side, this is the driver's side. Okay, so end to end is okay, but look at how much shorter it is. All right, so if I push this back here to where it's supposed to start, I have like the several inch gap here now, whereas it used to go all the way up, right? And then here, basically, it's not being covered at all. I moved the front seat up all the way to show you guys. But you see here now I have this exposed area right here versus the old one. All right. And if you look here, again, we have this gap, this huge gaping gap. All right. So I don't know, maybe if you have wet feet, dirty feet, muddy shoes, you could end up getting this area dirty, right? And over here too, okay? Also, a lot of empty space here that I never knew I had, all right, because of the mat. All right, and finally here, you can see the difference here, and we are butted against the back and the side here, and we've got this significant gap. All right, throwing the original mat back on here, we can see that the original mat actually covered these little screw hole covers for the seats. All right, it actually covered this plastic portion here. Okay, we can see the difference here of how different the length is. All right, and actually cover this area. This goes all the way up to the console. All right, covers this bolt area, goes all the way up. And maybe this is the best way to do it. Leave both mats in here. All right, same goes for the passenger seat. All right, if you look at the passenger seat here, you know, the underneath mat lacks some of the details here, but I just threw this mat right on top, and maybe this is okay, right? The only thing you really want to worry about is the driver's side. You don't want the mat to be too thick and catch under the pedal. But for here and here, it seems to be okay, all right? And finally, if you look at the driver's side, all right, I just put the original mat on top of the aftermarket mat. The fit is okay, you know, the fit is good, more or less. All right, and yeah, maybe I'll run it this way, okay? You know, the hole is now protected by the underneath mat. All right, the only thing you want to worry about, like I said, is make sure the pedals don't catch under the mats. All right, so make sure that's nice and clear, otherwise you're gonna have a serious problem when you're driving. But I think this works, okay? I even hooked on the top original mat through the holes here, and there's no problem. All right, so maybe this is the way to do it, right? All right, guys, so you tell me what you think about these aftermarket mats. Did I buy the right ones? Did I get ripped off? I don't know, right? I mean, they seem to be okay, and only time will tell, right? Maybe if they can stand up to wear and tear, it might be worth it. But we definitely got shortchanged, so to speak, on the rear seat mat. But I don't know, with the limited options out there, 55 bucks, not a big deal. We might be okay. All right, so if you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to support our channel, please visit the affiliate link below. And I'll see you next time on Kelvin's Garage.